This is Vet Tales, the story of the Sailing Veterinary Clinic. Last episode, we departed Agua Verde after a successful vaccination campaign, and then spent the afternoon in the beautiful anchorage of Los Gatos. This episode, we sail south to San Evaristo to do a free clinic day in town. We had motored out of the anchorage and had little to no wind in the morning. But when we hit the San Jose Channel, it started picking up and we were able to start sailing. We were on our way to San Evaristo to do a free clinic day to check over the animals we met here in 2023. The dogs and cats we had seen last year were not due for their vaccination, but we had a few extras for any new animals in town. Only 2 days prior to this, we had vaccinated 90 dogs and cats in Agua Verde, so I was making the most of the leisurely sail to rest. Still under sail, which is awesome. So in Agua Verde this time around, we did all the vaccines, and a lot of people asked us about when we're going to do the spay and neuter campaign. So that is something we are trying to organize. The big thing is funding. We need funding to do it. It's a lot more expensive to do spay and neuter than it is to do vaccinations, probably for obvious reasons. There's a lot more equipment involved. We would like to have local veterinarians involved for a number of reasons, one of which is just that I can only spay so many animals in a day, and if there's 40 animals to do, we need a few vets to tackle that. So yeah, and then there's anesthetics, suture material, gauzes, gloves, masks. It's a lot to organize. So, and we need a lot more people too to be involved, because even just recovering animals, and giving the anesthetic, all that stuff. So it's quite the outfit to organise to do a spay and neuter campaign. So yeah, if you would like to help us fund the spay and neuter campaign in Agua Verde, visit www.vettails.com/donate, or you can also become a patron, because our patrons provide monthly support to us and get lots of extras like live updates, and we release videos early and all that kind of stuff. But the patronage really helps us too, because it kind of helps us to plan in advance, because we know what we're going to be getting each month, which is really important with the projects we do. So either of those things can really make a big difference. We're going to try jibe and just go downwind a little closer to San Evaristo, see if we can sail most of the way. You ready to try?
Let's do it.
It's been a little while since we've done this, so let's see how we go. Jibed. Alright, that's looking pretty good. That's got us really on track. Cool. And I think we're going a little faster maybe. We're absolutely flying into the anchorage now at like 6.2 knots. We just turned the engine on because we're not going to be able to sail all the way around and in. But yeah, we'll get the sail in soon. We're only half a mile from where we drop anchor, so not bad at all. We're flying.
How fast are we going?
6.5. See, it's still pretty windy in here, I think.
Yeah, it is. Alright, let it go though.
We just got behind this so we can start getting our sail in.
Alright, let it go. Boy.
Oh, we got a top speed of 7.3 that time.
Well, that was definitely under sail because we weren't going that fast motoring.
Back in San Evaristo.
Cool. Maddie, come here.
We are back in San Evaristo. For those of you who've been watching for a while, you'll remember it from last season. Basically today we're just giving out boosters to any dogs that were puppies when they had their previous ones who we weren't able to boost the second time we came, or any new puppies that have come, or any dogs that just missed out on the last campaign last year. So, and then we're also giving out, oh, Rocky, you just jumped up there. And then we're also giving out like flea tick worming products. So Rocky had his vaccines only, like, I guess it was 10 months ago that we were here. So he's not due yet, but he is currently looking for cookies because we have dog treats, and he got his worming and flea products and tick products done. So yeah. It's good to revisit though, and good to follow up with everybody. Everybody remembers us. We're back in the Palapa. It's nice to be here. This is our 4th time visiting the community of San Evaristo. We always set up in the communal beach palapa, and the subdelegata, which is kind of like a local council member, always sends out messages to everyone in town letting them know we're coming. The town spreads out to the base of the hills and has an animal population of around 40 dogs and cats, and plenty of chickens, cows and donkeys. There was a few new puppies in town that needed their first vaccinations, including little Golfie, a cute new puppy belonging to Jacob. You may remember last year when we visited, Jacob guided us throughout the entire town to ensure every single dog and cat got their vaccination. He still loves animals just as much as ever, but he somehow seems to have gotten taller than me.
Porque a veces la licuado contestar ese tanto y mira como esto también. Ponchito y Marino, ¿sí? Sí, este es Ponchito.
Panchito and Marino are only 6 months old, so they weren't around when we were here last year. We got them both up to date with their vaccinations, but Panchito also had a slight abnormality in one of his legs. This problem is known as an angular limb deformity, which, as the name suggests, is when the leg bends at a funny angle at the joint. This can happen for a number of reasons, but does tend to self-correct in many puppies. Most of the pets we saw this time around just needed their flea and worming medicine. But little Tete here was out of town last year, so we also did her vaccinations.
Está gorda.
Está bien, mi amor. Está muy rápido.
De una vez porque
Osa was one of our patients from last year. When we first met her, she had a chronic ear problem, and on investigation, we found huge ticks living in her ear canal. We removed them under sedation, and she recovered really well. This year, we're very pleased to report her ears are clean and clear.
Ya sabe, Osa. Está bien. Y ya no te...
para las pulgas garrapatas como que mi nieta.
¿Cómo se llama este?
Tita.
¿Tita? Tita. Y ahí... We always have one dog that decides to just hang during the entire campaign. Today it's Rocky, which is just Jacob's dog. Quite fitting, since Rocky was quite involved with last year's vaccinations as well. Hey, Jim. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Everybody's also getting a free checkup, including Rocky. You'll remember Rocky is Jacob's dog too. Good boy. And he looks very healthy, doesn't he? No fleas or ticks or nothing. He's so cute. He's so cute. Hey, Solo. Solo Vino once again brought himself to the vet. Can I pick you up, buddy? Ready? Good boy. Those both look beautiful. Well done, buddy. Checking them titties, little ears. Boy. No fleas or ticks. I'll put you down. Yep. Solo Vino's left again. I don't know if you remember in the very first time we came, well not the very first time, the second time we came with the vaccinations, Solo Vino just like turned up on his own, got his vaccines, hung around for a bit and then left. It was really funny. And then someone came later and was like, oh, we can't find Solo Vino, we want to get him vaccinated. I was like, he's already been and gone. So it was pretty funny. So yeah, it's kind of funny that he turned up again for his checkup without anybody having to bring him. Very typical Solo Vino behavior. And the reason his name is Solo Vino, which means like he came alone, is because he just turned up one day here and just started living with his family and they just adopted him. And they don't know where he came from, and then he stayed. So he's like very much got that kind of personality. The last time we were here, Solo Vino had been like bitten in the face by another dog and it had damaged his eye. So he actually had like blood inside his eye and swelling inside the eye. So he timed it really well once again where he got bitten, I believe it was like 48 hours before we got here. So Jacob was waiting on the beach for us when we arrived and was like, Solo Vino's been bit. So we went up, checked him, and we're actually able to administer eye drops and anti-inflammatories to get his eye inflammation and blood and everything back under control, which meant he didn't develop any of the, glaucoma, uveitis, like pretty bad things that can develop from eye injuries that can eventually cause loss of vision or even losing the eye. So yeah, he's a lucky dog. Oh, you can't come, darling. You have to stay here.
I know.
Up, up, up. Run.
You stay, Rocky. We're about to get wet.
Getting wet.
Do you not like getting wet, buddy? Thank you all so much for watching, and a special thank you to our patrons, donators, and everyone who supports our channel. These projects would not be possible without each and every one of you. You can see more of our content by making sure you subscribe to the channel. And you can help us provide free veterinary care to animals in communities like this one by becoming a patron. Patrons get lots of extras like live updates and early release videos. Until next episode, stay chuffed, everybody.